answer you. And if we have time after I will, if you want to say yes.
Can I start now?
Let's see. Sure, why not? That was excellent. That's all improv. I like that. And then you go right into Ring It Dude, huh? Nicely done. You know what that was, by the way?
What?
What was that? Trying to be good. I love that.
Patrick.
More cello secrets, okay? How long have you been here?
I don't know.
But you first in cello secrets, you can talk about this. Long about school at PBS.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, they have this film. This was I think it was in a library in Boston. The cousin of a piece. A long lost cousin. Really, it was Dusty, Moldy, and all of them. Oh, the long lost cousin of a piece. You know that? Here's the piece as we originally knew it, okay? What piece is that? Close. It's not almost. It's a language. Friggin'? Yeah, close. What's Suzuki book? That's an illegal copy wherever it is. Yeah, that is the nephew of the cousin of French folk song. And they all sound so much alike.
That's the thing.
The cousin sounds like this. The nephew of the cousin sounds like this. Now you know that stuff. Well, except these people wrote, but now you create that information. So, play the nephew of the cousin of French folk song. It starts this way.
You're here.
Thank you. Try to get out here. Full escape. Ah, push back. Yes. Is there a way that we can kind of start reading and keep it right in that area so we don't do these fails? Now, you know this technique. This technique was before how old were you? You're 29. Okay. This technique was before you were born. Okay, and I haven't talked about it in a very long time. But you know, you just at home, there's a room that has a roll of paper on the wall. What room is that? Do you have a scroll room at home? Ooh, that's
cool, Mom.
You got the scroll room. Wow, I love it. What's in the scroll room? You're close. Somewhere at home, there's a room where there's rolled up paper, and we can call it a scroll, and it's on the wall. And it sticks on the wall.
I know this story. I've seen him in his master.
You got tape paper at home? Try again. You're getting there. Okay, this paper is about this big, okay, and it's about that wide, I guess. That wide. A map paper. Well, somebody said that? What? And you use it every day.
Writing paper?
Exactly. They're tiny. I need you to treat that as bathroom tissue. And what happens when you put a drop of water on bathroom tissue?
It's wet.
Yeah. See, I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were. What happens to the water?
It goes into the...
Yes, it melts into the tissue, yes. Your bowl is water on the tissue, and it melts into the roll. Roll your deep tissue. Roll it back. Wow. Now, make sure the water stays all the way in the tissue. Because if it does this, what happened? Yeah, it rolled off the side, yeah, you know. So you want it to sink in the tissue. Now, a long time ago, I called that TT technique. Yes. Yeah, back and forth. Just roll back and forth. Roll it, roll. Now start redoing with your new technique. Since it's, what do you want to call this? Bathroom tissue technique or toilet tissue technique or TT technique? TT technique. I like TT technique also. Use your TT technique. What's that? Toilet technique? Up to this point. That's like, ready? Toilet tissue technique. Ready? TT technique. The water melts in the tissue. It goes in there. Don't let it roll off the side. Say it again. Toy technique? That's, you may have toy technique. I can live. Okay. You know, I want to keep teaching. So, do your technique. Don't roll off the side. Stay inside. Stay inside the tissue. Stay inside the tissue. Stay inside the tissue. Stay there. That's it. Stay inside the tissue. Just roll back and forth. Yes, roll it back and forth. Yes, roll it back and forth. Yeah. Roll it. Roll it. Yes, roll. Yes. Just roll back and forth, honey. Roll. Yeah, bravo. Roll. Keep going. Come on, roll it. Inside the tissue. Inside. tissue, get in the center. Not on the ends. That's not ours. Right in the center. And that would be a great, it would be the greatest roll of bathroom tissue you've ever experienced in your life. Okay? It's nothing. It is. It's nothing. I'm not going to say any more about the river doing. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's beautiful. It's now just learned the TT technique, you know. It's a different kind of river doing altogether. But remember the secrets. Toilet tissue technique. That's why I said TT. I didn't teach you to. Okay. Can I get something else? One of the earlier cello secrets. What else? What's it called? Who knows? Ask your friends. What technique is this? Yeah, PBS. PBS, exactly. The only difference is we've been doing PBS which way? Back and forward. But now PBS is done in the same direction. Tricky. Do PBS in the same direction on your D string. Right now. Now that's it's for the ring. Up again. Ring. Now you. Yes. That's what you need here. There, yes. Now, think about this. Don't be afraid to pull the first bow. So you get a lots of bow for the. Okay, so yes. One. Thank you. And this. Will you tell me that? Will you tell me that? Can you do PBS on your fourth finger and pull it and stop and ring? Well, a stick. Again. There it is. Yes. So what you want to do? What's ringing like that? You know? What string is ringing? Can you do that? Close. That one. Do you know why? What string is this? What note is this? Exactly. So, lots of rings and tricky PBSs in this piece, okay? Because they're the same direction PBSs. Do you know why PBS is so important in this piece? Because there's a piece coming up that uses PBS that they're trying to get ready for. You know what it is? Who knows? Who knows? What is it? Okay, so when you do this well, when this comes, it's going to just ding. Your C string will jump off the cello. There's a minuet number 2 first that you're going to play at the end of the volume. Okay? It's going to use the perfect full stroke. That way.
think you can do everything yourself. I'm just, the timing is just that we wanted to, sweet, all right. You ready, honey? You bring the camera in here when you come. No, it's right there in front of you. Good morning, Patrick.
Yeah. Like what? We bed? Not looking.
Which one's yours?
Doesn't matter.
April pooped on the floor, just a little. Messing up. Not her normal art. There's sweetheart.
It's
Fishbowl.
alive. Ah. Oh, right. It's right. It's me in there one more. Stay. Whoa.
There she,
Grow my pretty one.
she did grow. Oh, Patrick?
Patrick said that to the egg. Grow my pretty one.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for coming down so quickly.
Hi, Carol. Good morning.
Well, who are you mad at?
Yes.
You give me that.
I need this. Oh, I have to take What are we gonna do?
Yes, Misty Boo.
No, Monica, what are you gonna go for dinner?
Well, you sound like you feel good. I think you got yourself a drink, but that might make you feel better.
It's the sound effects of cutting out the post-it. Destroying it. Oh, it says.
What are you doing?
Okay, Patrick, come on.
What did you do?
Patrick, sit up.
Everything good, Patrick? Let me get some pictures with this, with the kids in the music room, before we start that. Patrick, come in the music room for a second so I can take a picture of you.
The head thing right there.
Patrick. Come in the music room so I can take a picture of you, okay?
Get off the Ernie board so you can have a jacket to wear. Patrick, hurry up.
Patrick, hurry up and do
You
stuff.
gotta leave. It's 7:29.
It's okay, you can stand in the picture. I'm getting mommy now.
I love it when you shoot me. I'm not like my brother. I'm always happy. I'm never, you know what? I'm just always a pleasure to be with. In contrast.
All right, that's enough.
Last time we videoed him.
You're so cute, Melissa. She's charming. She's beautiful. Talented.
I got her playing.
Good.
Sounded good.
Well, she's just not a morning person.
There she is with the flowers.
Okay, time to rock and roll. I hope my sunglasses are in the car because I don't see them anywhere else. Left.
Oh, my keys are in your car. I mean, my phone is in your car. And I would like to have it.
Well, let's go. It's 7:32.
Patrick! What do you think? What? We're leaving.
We're leaving.
Yeah, what are we supposed to do again?
Go to school.
Oh, yeah. Daddy, God, I was supposed to get a jacket off the iron. Oh, dear, let me get it for you, Patrick.
Well, hurry.
I'll get it.
I don't see anything.
Patrick, just come downstairs. Carol will get it for you.
There's nothing on the ironing, the belt. Here you go. I didn't see any jacket.
Patrick,
That's what you wanted.
I'm coming. I gotta get my phone.
Where put my second. What are we supposed to put it on the back? All right. Just sit down and be natural. And I'll be natural too. Me running around picking up all the paper on the floor.
That's right.
Little 18, Miss Jordan. Let's have a little seat, darling. And I'll pick up this mess. Thank you, Lucius. That means a lot to me. Patrick, we're going to miss you so much, darling, but we know you're going to love your new school. Come in, let me give you a big old hug.
Junior.
Kissy poo.
Bye, Junior.
If you would just
Patrick. Bye, Junior. Bye, Bye, Junior.
Don't call him.
Bye, Earth.
There hurt his feelings.
Me.
Great
lost about that.
What?
I mean, a toy doesn't cost that much. About $12 or something like that.
What kind of toy?
Lost in Space Gun, you know that one where he has the gun and he puts things on it, make it a larger one. Yeah,
How do you know about that gun?
because I saw it when I went to the toy store. Daddy, what are you filming?
You saw it where? Which toy store?
Toys R Us.
Here in Columbia?
Yeah. And I asked one thing that's about that found. I had to get around and sit
Huh? You coming out of there, Patrick?
When are you coming out of there?
You pooping?
Yes,
Why are you standing up?
because
I've been doing this all on standby. You're going to have to do it again. I missed it.
wait, don't. Is it on
Yeah, it's,
standby?
no, it's on record right now. So
Oh,
go ahead.
dang it. Stop it.
What'd you do, Patrick?
What? I ran into it. It hurts me too.
Okay.
I couldn't stop. Daddy,
Mm-hmm.
let's go inside.
Okay.
No, wait, Daddy, go back inside. I want to show you something.
We can't see him anymore, his love and grace flow more powerfully than ever, available to everyone. God is one, the one and only, but God's cloaks are many. each time God decides to come downstairs, he chooses a different cloak from his beautiful wardrobe. Through endless time, God has worn many cloaks for the sake of his children on earth. As we know, the cloaks of God have different names, like Zoroaster, Ram, Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, and now, as we know it, it is Meher Baba. Not very long ago, I had a dream which illustrates what I'm just been telling you. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. In my dream, I was driving with a friend in a small red car. It was a sports car with no top and a back seat just big enough for one person. When the car stopped at a traffic signal, I felt a presence behind me in the dusky dark. Turning, I saw a figure dressed in Arabian clothes. Instantly, I knew without a doubt that it was the prophet. He silently indicated that he wanted to hitch a ride in our car. As I nodded, he got into the small back seat and we drove on. After a while, at a sign from him, we stopped. He got down and walked away. Very curious to know where he was going and why, I got down from the car and quietly followed him. Keeping some distance, I followed him through a maze of tents of different sizes and shapes, like you see in the grounds of a large circus. At last he stopped before a big tent with a flat top, and as he pulled open the entrance flap of the tent, I saw a long row of costumes hanging along its wall. As the prophet walked by the row of costumes, fingering them lightly, before picking out one for his next act, I woke up from my dream.
Kathy.
Since Baba had a great deal of sense of humor and he liked fun and humor, I thought I would just read this tiny little poem, which is included as a preface to Baba's little booklet called Life at its Best. So this is Baba's Life at its Best. If understood, life is simply a jest. If misunderstood, life becomes a pest. Once overcome, life is ever at rest. For pilgrims of the path, life is a test. When relinquished through love, life is at its best.
We'd like to share a selection with Raja Foreman and Patrick O'Neill. When I originally wrote this song, my inspiration was I think she was about 3 at the time, a little girl. I was singing in Washington, D.C. at the Meher Baba gathering there, and one of the little 3-year-old children was so excited. She tried to sing along, but she couldn't sing yet, so she started clicking along with the song. So I was so inspired by her attempts at musical enjoyment that I wrote a song called Click a Baba Song, and when I originally sung this, it was Click a Baba Song. But now we have moved up to different kinds of clicks, and we hope you will enjoy this Click a Baba Song.
Do you want this music stand? Kathy?
about your Baba. Stand up on your head. Dry up your jammies. Slip into your clothes. Brush up, brush up, brush up. Comb your curly toes. Baba all day long. Wiggle and dance and wiggle. Clear off Baba's song. Slide on up for breakfast. Mama's made a treat. Bob is in the pancakes. Your bum gives you to eat. Little, you can stay home and play with your toys. If you're older, you go off to school with the other girls and boys. Baba, Baba, Baba. Baba all day long. Click and dance and wiggle. Click a Baba song. Think about your schoolwork. Run out for recess. You know of all your good friends. Baba is the best. Let's home from the schoolhouse. Get yourself a snack. Baba went to school too. He's been right there and back. Baba, Baba, Baba. Baba all day long. Click and dance and wiggle. Click a Baba song. Baba, he played cricket. You're a good sport too. Do unto others as he'd have them do to you. Dinner's on the table. Daddy's home from work. Thank you, Baba, for our count. Now what's for dessert? Body guys and snuggles. Stories now to read. Baba keep you in his arms. He'll give you all you need. Baba, Baba, Baba. Baba all day long. Click and dance and wiggle. Click a Baba song. Baba, Baba, Baba. Baba all day long. Click and dance and wiggle. Click a Baba song. Click a Baba song. Click a Baba song.
With only a blanket. And that day in January 1914, when she kissed him on the forehead, she said to him, "Merwan, you are my beloved son who will shape the world and do immense goodness for humanity at large." He immediately lost all consciousness, but somehow made it home to his attic bedroom. And that's where he stayed for that period of 9 months. The astounding thing about that time is that he didn't eat or sleep during that whole period. And no medical treatment had any effect on his condition. When he gradually came out of that state, he was inwardly compelled to travel and contact the other four perfect masters. And when he approached the great Sai Baba of Shirdi and prostrated himself before him, Sai Baba's response was to also prostrate himself before Merwan and shout 3 times, Parvardigar Ho, which means, you are the sustainer of the universe. Sai Baba then sent him to the Hindu Sadguru Upasni Maharaj, who was staying alone in a temple nearby. And as Merwan approached him from a distance of about 30 paces, Upasni Maharaj picked up a stone and threw it and hit Merwan right between the eyes and the forehead, exactly where Hazrat Babajan had kissed him. Meher Baba explained that when he threw that stone, Upasni Maharaj brought him down to 3/4 of normal worldly consciousness. And then during that period of 6 or 7 years, which followed, and Merwan spent much time with Upasni Maharaj, he finally completed his task of bringing Merwan down 100% to normal worldly consciousness, while he still retained fully his divine, infinite God consciousness. Then one day Upasni Maharaj folded his hands and said, Merwan, you are avatar and I salute you. He then sent some of his own disciples to be Merwan's disciples and said to them, Merwan is now your master and you should stick to him to the very end, even if the whole world turns against him. So Meher Baba explained that Babajan had given him the infinite bliss of God realization, Sai Baba had given him the infinite power of God realization, and Upasni Maharaj had given him the infinite knowledge of God realization. The avatar takes Advent every 700 to 1400 years to do specific work of giving us spiritual, universal push to the whole creation. Meher Baba explained that to accomplish that work, he doesn't use infinite power. He only uses infinite knowledge, and he sustains himself by leaning on his infinite bliss and his infinite sense of humor. Besides the long periods of fasting and seclusion that Meher Baba did, Scott mentioned the period of silence. But Meher Baba's silence is not like a vow of silence like a monk would take, because he had nothing more to gain. But it was, these things are like tools or a medium for accomplishing his work. Since he has infinite consciousness, that means he not only experiences himself as God, but he experiences himself as every individual soul that is trapped in the illusion of separateness. So when he does any specific action, it has infinite ramifications. So you could say that by Meher Baba keeping silence in this Advent, he made less the noise. He quieted the noise, the unnatural level of noise in the universe in this day and age, so that each individual soul could more clearly hear the voice of God within. To accomplish his work, also he does one thing that others cannot do, who are not perfect, and that is to suffer infinitely. By his suffering, he frees each individual soul from their bondage. In this Advent, Meher Baba had 2 severe car accidents, which he foretold years before. He said he would have to shed his blood on the soil of both the East and the West. Meher Baba explained that the original state of God is like an infinite shoreless ocean without a surface or a bottom, but it's all beyond imagination and conception for the human being. So he said, but anyway, he is like the shore of that ocean. And when he comes, he represents the possibility for creation to have a personal relationship with infinite God. So right now we're going to see 2 videos. One is a few-minute piece from 1932 because we wanted to show you some footage of Meher Baba using the alphabet board, and we wanted to show you what he looked like in the early days. And the second film is footage from the darshan programs that were held in the 60s. And it was after many years that Baba allowed people to bow down to him again. So that's what you will be seeing. It is called in the East having his darshan. I think that's all.
These were later put together into a book of poetry, and the words of this song that inspired me to write are mostly words by Meher Baba with some added couplets by his disciple Bala Pachuri.
She said she didn't want it.
I am all madly attracted to the light of your silence. I am all madly attracted to the light of your silence. But you've hidden it. I cannot burn myself and die. But you've hidden it. I cannot burn myself and die. What a light there is in your apparent silence. All words are nothing but shadows before it. What a light there is in your apparent silence. All words are nothing but shadows before it. I am off, madly attracted to the light of your silence. I am off, madly attracted to the light of your silence. But you've hidden it. I cannot burn myself and die. But you've hidden it. I cannot burn myself and die. Oh, Saki, why is your wine shop closed? When I'm dying of thirst, do you think I can't pay the price of even a drop? I have collapsed at your doorstep from a thirst that's consumed me. It is too great to be quenched even by the ocean of my tears. I am madly attracted to the light of your silence. I am
go and die. Oh, seeker, the ash from the fire of his love weeps for union, but he is stone-hearted and he won't shed his grace. Oh Lord, I am disgusted with this life. In your love, my every breath sighs with pain. I am off, madly attracted to the light of your silence. I am off, madly attracted to the light of your silence. Hidden it, I can't burn myself and die. But you've hidden it. I can't burn myself and die.
You know, you can't interview a moth that's already perished in the flame of the light. And very few people have interviewed the moths that have yet to perish. And no one knows what they're thinking or what attracted them to the light. That's why it's my privilege to tell you that our next guest speaker has not yet perished into the light, but he is very much attracted to the light and has been for 45 years since he heard of Mayor Baba in Woodstock. Tom Riley might share some of his thoughts and feelings, what it's been like, or even why he would want to be attracted to the light. But one of the things that he had the good fortune was to meet Mayor Baba in 1958 in Myrtle Beach. And then again in 1962 at the East-West Gather in India. I'm pretty sure some of the film footage was from the East-West Gathering that we saw in the second film. Baba began a series of world travels in the 30s, and I'm sure that somewhere along there, one of those links back to Baba's visits to the West would link directly to Tom. He can tell his own story, but I will tell you this: he met Baba those 2 times, but his correspondence with Baba and his connection with Baba throughout the time he first heard about Baba was quite complete and always continuous. And I dare say it's continued to this very day. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Tom Riley.
As Scott said, I had the great good fortune to meet Meher Baba on 2 occasions. First in this country, 1958, and then again in India in 1962. I first heard about Meher Baba in Woodstock, New York, which is my hometown. This came about purely by chance, although I would say from a very early age I've been attracted to Eastern esotericism. And I had already become familiar with the great spiritual being from India who was born in 1886, Ramakrishna, and had read the Gospel of Ramakrishna, marvelous poetic work. And so I was living in Woodstock. I had pursued a career as an artist and had attended fine arts school in Philadelphia, Tyler School, and came back to Woodstock in 1954 and had a small studio there in the mountains. I sustained myself with part-time work and had an ad in the paper, and an individual responded to the ad, man with an accent. Turned out he was a Hungarian who had come from California to settle up his father's estate. His father had been a music teacher, taught at the Juilliard School, Curtis School in Manhattan. And this fellow came from California, where he himself had been working as a writer of music for the film industry. And as I say, he came to Woodstock to close up the studio and needed help packing up various things there. So he called me and I arrived. He was a wonderful man. And as I was helping clear out the library in this immense house, I would pick up stacks of books and put them in cartons and begin to pack them. And one stack of books that I picked out off the shelves, there was this marvelous face. And I wish I had that photograph to show you. It was a very romantic, wonderful face of a man of about 45, 48 years old. I asked him, who is this man? And he said, that's Meher Baba. And for the first time, I heard Meher Baba's name. And he told me that he himself had met Meher Baba in Hollywood in 1931-2. And he had met him at a gathering of people at Douglas Fairbanks and Miriam Pickford's house. Baba had taken a liking to him. That's where he first met me.
Can you get a little closer to the mic, Tom?
Thanks. Well, that was the beginning of my association with Meher Baba. And my first, as I say, meeting with him was here in this country in 1958. And I would say, if I could sum up, if I could kind of synthesize or put together what Meher Baba has given me in my life, I would say a recurring experience of his presence. And what I wanted to do is to read something to you, two statements by Meher Baba, and then perhaps you could, either now or later in the program, you could ask me questions about Meher Baba, and hopefully I can answer them for you. The first message is the following. I have not come to establish any cult or organization, nor to establish a new religion. The religion I shall give teaches the knowledge of the one behind the many. The book which I shall give people to read is the book of the heart, which holds the key to the mystery of life. As for ritual, I shall teach humanity to discriminate, express, and live rather than observe ritual. Societies and organizations have never succeeded in bringing truth nearer. Realization of truth is solely the concern of the individual. Every being is a point from which a beginning could be made toward the limitless ocean of love, bliss, knowledge, and goodness already within us. And the second message has been called Meher Baba's universal message. I have come not to teach but to awaken. Understand, therefore, that I lay down no precepts. Throughout eternity, I have laid down principles and precepts, but mankind has ignored them. Man's inability to live God's words makes the Avatar's teaching a mockery. Instead of practicing the compassion he taught, man has waged crusades in his name. Instead of living the humility, purity, and truth of his words, man has given way to hatred, greed, and violence. Because man has been deaf to the principles and precepts laid down by God in the past, in this present avataric form, I observe silence. You have asked for and been given enough words. It is now time to live them, to get nearer and nearer to God. You have to get further and further away from I, my, me, and mine. You have not to renounce anything but your own self. It is as simple as that, though found to be almost impossible. It is possible for you to renounce your limited self with my grace. I have come to release that grace. I repeat, I lay down no precepts. When I release the tide of truth, which I have come to give, men's daily lives will be the living precept. The words I have not spoken will come to life in them. I veil myself from man by his own curtain of ignorance and manifest my glory to few. My present avataric form is the last incarnation of this cycle of time. Hence, my manifestation will be the greatest. When I break my silence, the impact of my love will be universal, and all life in creation will know, feel, and receive of it. It will help every individual to break himself free from his own bondage in his own way. I am the divine beloved who loves you more than you can ever love yourself. The breaking of my silence will help you to help yourself in knowing your real self. All this world confusion and chaos was inevitable, and no one is to blame. What had to happen has happened, and what has to happen will happen. There was and is no way out except through my coming in your midst. I had to come, I have come, I am the Ancient One. Anyone wants to pursue any questions? Be glad to talk either now or after the program.
Tom will be available at the refreshments and afterwards, and I encourage you all, if you'd like to seek him out, to do so.
This is we're closing in on the closing segment of the program. It's going to begin with Winnie reading a quote of Meher Baba. Our choir will return, followed by a moment of silence, and that silence will be followed by very brief but very important announcements, which you have to listen to before you get the cake and the refreshments. Without further ado, Winnie.
Programs to read the back. Somebody said they couldn't. Maybe we could have the back half of the house lights on. Winnie's reading will be followed by the song Ocean of Love, and the chorus to that is printed on the back, and we'd love to have you sing that with us.
These are Meher Baba's words. I love you.
Do not worry about your weaknesses. Eventually they will go. Even if they linger, love will one day consume them. Everything disappears in the ocean of love. Because I love you, you have a pool of love within you. When you feel wretched, when you fall in your weakness, have a dip in that pool of love. Refresh yourself in that pool of my love within you. It is always there. Even if you wash your weaknesses every day in that pool, it will remain clear. Don't worry. Baba loves you. That is what really matters. I am the ocean of love. I am the ocean where all have begun. I am beloved sublime. I am the ocean where all finally come. I am the one beyond time. I am the one beyond time. For I am the one who made heaven and earth, planets and stars up above. I am the treasure of infinite worth. I am the ocean of love.
of Jesus and water and rum, and now they have marveled by you. And now they have marveled by you. For I am the one who made heaven and earth, planets and stars up above. I am the treasure of infinite worth. I am the ocean of love. For I am the one who made heaven and earth, planets and stars up above. I am the treasure of infinite worth. I am the ocean of love. I am the ocean of love. Drown in my ocean of love.
Happy birthday, Meher Baba.
Jay Baba.
Are you all considered? There's a guest list sign-in book over here. If anyone would like to be on the mailing list, just include your address and your name, and we'll gladly put you on the mailing list. There are a couple events coming up. The dates have not been set. Baba's nephews may very well be in town. They're coming, I'm not sure of the date. Anyone know the date? June sometime. And one of Meher Baba's close disciples, Bal Kulturi, is also coming this summer. So those are two major events that we'd like everyone to be invited back to. And one of the ways we can invite you is if you put your address there. If you're already on the mailing list, then you're getting the mail. If you're not getting mail, that means you're not on the mailing list. That's one way you can tell. Also, you're welcome to ask questions of any of those who you've seen up here, and I very much want to remind you that after the program, or after the refreshments, by popular demand, there will be more films shown in here. We're going to have the refreshments out here, so you can come in afterwards and see more films if you'd like. Please join me in thanking our guest speaker, all our performers, and those who work tirelessly behind the scenes to create this wonderful event.
Please be back by 15 after, 20 after later.
Rick, you know, I realize she also has that pickup. I wish I could hear, but Craig, could you check with balance? Make sure you can really hear the cello, and maybe go about to the middle so you get the full spectrum.
Okay, that's all. Yeah, you know, on those places where she has the cadenza, just watch me for the down. I'll just give the downbeats there, because it's moving so fast, I can't really keep time through. Okay, let her sing, please. You're doing great. Let her sing. All right, 1, 2, ready, play.
not up in the air like this way, pointing toward the bridge. That's it, yes. Now, you see that the finger has strength when it's flat like that. This way, pull. Pull. You see how strong that is? That's the feeling you have to get on the fourth finger. If you get on top of the fourth finger and press, that it's going to give, all the joints are going to flop around. It's like having stuff. The fourth finger has to pull back like this, just as you would pull it. That's it, yes. So when you strike with the fourth finger, you have to be in that position. That's it. Now, let me give that F, just the F. Now, that's it. That's the way. See, I pull down like this. Not this way, but down. Can you pull harder? That's the sound. Now you don't need that second finger. See, before you had to brace the fourth finger with the third, and you got a sound like this instead of. You must play, pull hard enough so it doesn't move on the string. So not fast. Pull hard. Don't press, pull. That's it. Now, it's enormous strength you have there because you practically pull it. Get your elbow in this direction and pull down. It's just too tense. You see, you have to learn to let one finger do its job, not two fingers. So if you're like this, the other fingers have to wobble by themselves. But what creates a beautiful vibrato with that fourth finger is if this is pulled tight, but the other three fingers are loose. So if you get strength in that finger to keep it in one place on the string, otherwise you get that. You pull back and try to get the sound again. And keep the other fingers loose. a lovely sound. There's something wrong with the left hand because you do this. The left hand looks like that instead of. See that? Everything else clearly? See, and with your performance, I hear a little bit of sliding into each note, and it's because you don't use the wrist chord. Now there's another thing, in the bow. Many times I see good bow changes, but other times I see an enormous reaction to releasing the bow. The bow should change from the shoulder, not from the wrist. It's just simply going from one direction to another, from the shoulder. And there's a little bit of reaction in the fingers, but you don't make the fingers react. They react by themselves. If you push and pull the bow, you get this motion in the fingers if they're relaxed. And that's enough. You don't do this in order to change strokes. So, smooth bow change. It's just a question of changing the motion with the shoulder. Let me see some of the bow changes. Play a little of the opening. See, the sound should carry from one note to another. You hear the vibrato going, but that's not a good bow change. Everything, don't push with your elbow either. It's the shoulder. Almost in a circle. You see, you're opening the elbow. Don't open the elbow. Just go from here to here by pushing from the shoulder. That's it. That's it. That's a smooth bow change. Not this. Not that. You have to eliminate that. Because if you want to really got then the bow change has to come from the shoulder, not from the elbow and not from the wrist. Just a little bit of give in the fingers, that's all. Play forward. That's it. Good. That's excellent. That's excellent. That's the way you must change the bow. It's much, much better. All right, another thing. When you start your bow stroke, do it from your back. Get a little bit more back involved. When you don't start this way, from just the shoulder, but I might see a lot more with the back involved in your playing. This feeling, this motion. Yes. Yes, when you come out with your whole body swinging with each other. That's bravo. That's exactly right. And you see the bow. You get to the end of the bow here, and it continues this way, around in the circle this way. So your bow is not just this long. Your bow becomes this long. You see, and you always have the feeling that you're playing in the middle of the bow. This body motion, which gives you great flexibility and great enormous sound when the back is involved. So you this feeling. good body for your stroke. Play again,